You need to communicate with people who have the similar kind of experience that can help you. Because being an independent entrepreneur, you will not get a check unless you create a check.
This is Blair Durham with Black Wall Street Today, your media hub for all things Black entrepreneurship, politics, news, and events in Hampton Roads and beyond.
When I say black, y'all say Wall Street. Black
Wall Street.
Black Wall Street. When I say black, y'all say Wall Street. Black.
Welcome to this 31st edition of Black Wall Street Today. We are the media hub for Black Brand, Hampton Roads Regional Black Chamber of Commerce, and I want to encourage you to continue the conversation with us online at Black Wall Street Today and Black Brand Biz on Facebook and Instagram. I just want to say I've been blessed and encouraged the last several days to run into complete strangers who heard my name and indicated that they're hearing the show. That makes me happy. Sometimes in this booth, I feel like it's just me and my guests. So you all keep spreading the word. I am going to share my email address. It's info@blackwallstreet.today. If you or someone you know is interested in a show feature. At this time, I have some very special guests. Before we even get the show rolling, we have Burbank Elementary School 4th and 5th graders in the studio. You all say hello.
Hi.
Did that not just make your day? Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Are you enjoying your tour?
Yes.
Awesome. I think is it your first time on the air as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Some of us have not. Some of us have already been here before.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome back for those that are returning, and it's good to see the first timers. Hope to see you all again. Thanks so much for being here. Awesome. You all may have heard that April is National Financial Literacy Month. It's certainly very, very important in the Black community. We've been strategically locked out of financial literacy and financial opportunity. In fact, I recently shared with some of our members that I had been called upon to review 26 of the 106 applications to the College Something in the Water pitch contest. And to compare our students to other students, we simply were not able to compete on any level. We had no shortage, of course, of witty ideas. We just lacked a fundamental understanding of capitalism, specifically what would be necessary to drive any investor to want to participate in these ideas. I cringed. Part of our mission as an organization, part of the necessity for this show is to change that dynamic. And so with that, our first guest, I can't say our first guest, our 11th guest, because we just had 10 dynamic 4th and 5th graders. We have Mr. Leonard Parson with us. He is the president of the Chesapeake chapter of the American Financial Education Alliance. The American Financial Education Alliance, or AFIA, is one of the fastest growing nonprofit financial wellness programs in the country. Its unique no-selling approach, coupled with strategic alliances, changes the way people think about financial education. As an IRS-approved 501c3 nonprofit, AFIA's mission is to inform and empower Americans to take control of their finances by providing comprehensive financial education in communities worldwide. With over 30 years of experience in the area of retirement planning and CLP Financial, Mr. Parsons' educational workshops have informed and guided thousands of people throughout the Hampton Roads area regarding their personal wealth strategies and their retirement planning goals. Mr. Parson, I am delighted to have you here today.
I'm more excited than you are.
No, you can't be.
I've been listening to your program, and I'd like to thank you for the work that you're doing throughout the community, because financial education is the foundation of growth and stability in every community. And it's something that we just don't have a legacy of. You know, they say Germans know about automobiles and Jews know about money. Black folks know about surviving.
Right.
And we make
That's
the
true.
best of what we have. And so I've been an independent owner-operated for 37 years, but I've been in the financial business for 30 years. And the consultations and things that I've seen and heard, we cannot have enough of financial education. And as you know, April is Financial Literacy Month. And I'd like to just talk about generally our expertise and segue into our representation as the area chapter of American Financial Education Alliance. As I indicated, we've been in the business for 30 years, but what I'm most proud of We have a team of professional practitioners that's unique throughout the entire Hampton Roads. You will not find an operation like this in that under our roof, and all of this is under one roof, we have 3 CPAs.
Oh,
and
wow.
that is very important to understand your numbers, to understand the tax effects of anything that you do. Okay. Number 2, we have investment advisors. You know, most people have 401ks, and this is something that I just want to take a little bit more time with.
Please do.
People have retirement programs, and this is what hurts me more so than anything. I've had individuals to come in and sit down with me and been on the job 10, 15, 20 years and did not participate in their retirement program. I just could not understand how is that possible that when you went on the job, the reason why you got a job because you needed money, you're broke, and then that you would be on a job 10, 15, 20 years and have nothing to show for it. So for our entire listening audience, if you work on a job, I know most of us go on a job anticipating we're only going to be there 2 years, 3 years. You look up your 5, 10, 15 years. You must participate in your retirement program.
Sure.
But
Let
under
me
that,
ask you this, though, before we go any further, because I hear the passion. It's just, and probably everyone in Hampton Roads knows this, but I need to know, how is it that you got into this work? Why did you get into this work? And what's really motivated you to stay in this work? I mean, this is some challenging work that you do.
well, the work is a labor of love. You have to just love this. I started my career after graduating from one of the great educational institutions in the state of Virginia, which is Norfolk State. And I was a commissioned officer out of Norfolk State. But I was looking around and trying to decide, as a lot of these students do, where I'm going to go from here and what I'm going to do. So I took a liking to finances. I used to observe individuals who were in the business, always dressed up, driving nice cars, and people were excited to see them, and they come in and help them to plan. And so this is what I wanted to do. So I took my first job with Donnelly Advertising. After working with Donnelly Advertising for about 8-9 years, I just decided to be an independent entrepreneur. And it has been a tough decision to be free and in control of your own destiny. It is scary. And for you entrepreneurs out there, you need to communicate with people who have the similar kind of experience that can help you. Because being an independent entrepreneur, you will not get a check unless you create a check.
Right.
So financing, I just like the part about helping people save and use their money in a positive way. My mother was a very imprudent person. She taught me 3 things that I constantly convey to everybody, and is that number 1, everybody needs to work.
Sure.
Period. That's the bottom line, because the work take care of your needs and your necessities. But everybody like little things. You know, you want things. Then if your work does not provide enough money, you need a hustle. And that hustle is a second job. And then the most important thing I learned that people laugh about when I say in some of my workshops, I've never, ever been broke. And here's the bottom line. You can't make $100 and spend $100.
Right.
But a lot of us make $100 and spend $120.
120, yeah.
And that's how we get into debt. You need to save, and you've heard this. And I'm not saying anything that you've never heard before, and I'll give you the key factor that you need to embrace in order to go forward. But you need to save 10% of your money. Pay yourself first. You need to pay your tithes 10%. And so you will always be in a positive position if you save money.
Let me interrupt you there just for the benefit of those that may have just tuned in. This is Blair Durham with Black Wall Street Today, having a wonderful conversation with Leonard Parson. He is the co-president of the Chesapeake chapter of the American Financial Education Alliance, as well as the founder of CLP Financial. I want to kind of break down what you're saying, because I think we have probably 2 distinct audiences, right? We have those maybe newly minted independent entrepreneurs.
Yes.
So certainly there's some things that they need to hear. And then we probably have this seasoned group of, folks that may have been working, or they may be established entrepreneurs, maybe 10, 15, 20 years in the game. And I'd like to hear from you some strategy for both groups, if you could.
Well, the things that I've learned over the years, and I've seen a lot of things. We all hear all these buzzwords and phraseologies. This is what it's going to come down to. Mm-hmm. What it's going to come down to simply is educating yourself. Mm-hmm. Educating yourself for what you plan on doing, taking a look at what your intentions are, and make sure you understand where you're going. The second thing is to empower yourself. If you don't have a plan, and that's that education. If you don't have a plan, you plan to fail. What if? Most entrepreneurs sacrifice everything but don't take care of themselves. Mm-hmm. And then the last thing that I say for all of these challenges that we face, debt, all of these kinds of things, you must have discipline. It doesn't work if you don't have discipline. So educate yourself, empower yourself, and have discipline. And certainly for the entrepreneurs, I want to say this to you as a financial OG.
There it is.
Yeah, as a financial OG, and that means I've been around a long time, been there, done that, and look forward to many more years. Never, ever, ever, never, ever give up your dream, but learn to execute it smarter. Never give up your dream. Your dream is to be an entrepreneur. So if you see me working at McDonald's, I'm just working to take care of my family. It's just a transition while I'm saving and learning to move on to the next challenge in life. But find something that you love and get paid for doing it. Mm-hmm. That truly is the bottom line. Now, in our industry, they have a lot of different programs. We stumbled upon the American Financial Education Alliance, which was established in 2011. And we love the basic foundation of the organization, which is teaching and learning people about their finances, helping them to empower themselves. We are just really, it's a nationwide organization. We're just so happy to be the chapter presidents in Hampton Roads. And we conduct educational workshops in colleges. We've done ODU, Stratford, libraries, things of that sort. So education is the key to your financial future.
Sure. Okay. And again, for those that may have just tuned in, Blair Durham here with Black Wall Street Today, and Mr. Leonard Parson, who represents American Financial Education Alliance, as well as CLP Financial. Just a wealth of knowledge and experience in the room. I want to make sure we can take advantage of that.
I certainly do appreciate that. We conduct educational workshops.
That was going to be my question.
We intend, and we have been doing it, educational workshops at universities with organizations, sororities, the Deltas. We'd like to invite all the sororities, any organization, any church. We'd like to be able to come. FIA has over 20 different educational programs. Social Security, long-term care, investments, and things of that sort.
Okay.
So we could just craft and design the program based on
specific to that audience.
Yes.
Wow.
So we're going to hold an educational workshop on Social Security at 2nd Calvary Baptist Church.
That's home church.
Yeah,
awesome.
2nd Calvary Baptist Church on the 30th. It's located on Corporal Avenue. The pastor is Dr. Jeffrey Guns, and we are just delighted that he has invited us over to educate those who would like to attend. And we have done a education workshop over here at 6 Mount Zion. And so we invite all of the churches, organizations. We are going to have a Straight Talk Express. Every Thursday, I hold a Straight Talk Express gathering to share financial tips and tax tips and things of that sort.
Let me ask you, if I want to show up to the event at Second Calvary, is there a registration for that?
Yes, you could go to www.clpfinancialgroup.com. You could go to AFEA, AFEA.com, or myafea.com and register, or you can call our office. Our number is 757-366-5242, 757-366-5242, and we invite each and every one of you who would like to attend.
So that was clpfinancial.com.
Right.
Or myafea.com. And then what was the phone number once more?
And our phone number is 757-366-5242, and that is our Chesapeake office. And one of the receptionists over there will register you for the workshop at Second Calvary, which is Tuesday.
Focus on Social Security, right?
Yes, that's focus on Social Security, how to prepare yourself. There is a strategy in terms of taking advantage of Social Security.
That is a very important topic. I am so excited about that.
It is.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I posted that on Facebook and reiterated that. Oh my goodness, it looks like we've got some special guests. Another set of special guests in the building. I want to thank you all so much. We have Burbank Elementary School 4th and 5th graders, as well as a teacher here. A librarian from Burbank. Awesome. Welcome into the studio, guys. How are you all?
I know y'all can be louder than that.
Wow. So hands up if this is your first time in the studio. Okay. Got some first timers and some returning students. Okay. Anybody think they want a career in radio? Okay. Okay. All right.
I want to be an NBA player, or BS.
Okay, fantastic. Well, these are some aspiring young people with big dreams. It is a pleasure to host you all in the studio. Oh man, are we wrapping? We got one more second with Mr. Parson? Yes, okay, we got one more second with Mr. Parson. What do you want to say in closing? I think we got the information to make sure we can connect with you all. And this same information, if we want to actually host something, if we want to partner with you all to have a FIA do a program, we can use this information as well?
Yes, we would love to partner with anyone to share this valuable information with, because education empowerment is the key, but knowledge is power, and everybody can agree with that, but it doesn't do you any good unless you execute on it. Yeah. So we invite each and every one of you who have an organization or a part of a church group or just an individual themselves who would like to drop in on one of our events. We look forward to having you there. And again, teach your children how to save their money. Teach yourself how to save your money. It doesn't matter how much money you make, it's how much you keep.
Okay, and in wrapping up, I'm getting the hand signs. Do you recommend the automatic savings and investing programs? The things that can be tied to your bank account, they kind of just round up, save and invest for you. That way you're not even... Do you recommend those programs?
Well, any program can work and be successful for you if you understand and in agreement with what you're doing.
Sure.
You have to do things with purpose. Mm-hmm. If your purpose is to save money, you can save it individually. If you want to save money sight unseen, that's what you're talking about, which is the best way to do it.
Don't even want to look at it.
Yes, let's have your money go in automatic, because you can only spend what hits your hand.
That's good.
All right.
I love it. Thank you so much. I look forward to having you back on this show. I think we have so much more to share.
Yes, thank you so much. And continue the good work. We need it.
We're in it together. Thanks a lot. We have a special edition of hashtag Add This to the List. Mr. Frank C. Belton established and has managed Providence Realty, Inc. since 2005 as broker and owner. He assists investors by evaluating their properties in order to make investing easier. He also helps to train real estate agents on how to navigate the marketplace and assists buyers and sellers to meet their target goals. Welcome, Mr. Belton. How are you?
Thank you, Blair. How are you today?
I'm doing very well, sir.
Great.
I understand you have some exciting things coming up that you'd like to share?
Yes. This coming April this Saturday, as a matter of fact, the 27th at 9:30, we'll have a free homebuyer class seminar that's going to be taking place at the Little England Chapel or the Little England Cultural Center, located at 3922 Kickerton Road in Hampton, Virginia.
Let me make sure I get these details so I can post them later. The Little England Cultural Center. What was the address there again?
And that's 3922 Kickerton Road, Hampton, Virginia.
Road in Hampton. Okay. Perfect. And he says it's a free home buyer class seminar.
Yes.
I've actually attended one of these seminars. I find these to be pretty helpful. Are you facilitating this class?
Yes, we are. Providence Realty is facilitating the class.
Okay.
I am one of the facilitators.
Okay.
We have a team of experts that help us, and they range from housing counseling for credit, as well as real estate agents, lenders, home inspectors, and closing agents. So we have the whole team of people that are there at that facility for that day, and they lend their expertise, they teach for that class, and at the end of the class, they'll become certified, and then that particular person will be able to apply for a VHDA loan, which would either be able to use for either a low down payment or no down payment loan from VHDA, which is the Virginia Housing Development Authority.
Perfect. So how does one go about registering for the class?
They must go online to register.
Okay.
And they can go online to VHDA, and they go to VHDA, and they're going to
do it actually on VHDA's website, you're saying?
Right, VHDA.com/find the class.
Find a class.
Find the class. And then once you do that, you can actually input my name, Frank Belton, and my class will appear, or other classes will appear. My class may not be convenient for you this coming Saturday at 9 a.m., but there are other classes that you can take advantage of, and they, too, still provide the same instructions, the same certification, because we're all VHDA trained and certified.
Okay, good. Awesome. I know you've got something else that you want to share as well, something that kind of
something
like
that
warm and fuzzy.
Something that really tickles me, and I'm really excited about it. Every year we do a junior golf program, kids ranging from the ages of 9 through 18.
Okay.
And that program has started, I don't know, back before even First Tee got started. Our program, Newtown Junior Golf Academy, was actually started by an older gentleman who got funding from the Tiger Woods Foundation for our program.
Nice.
So we're 501c3.
Okay.
We operate totally independent of our church, which is the Little England Chapel.
Okay.
And from there, we train kids all for free. We take them on trips. We've taken them to the LPGA, the PGA.
Wow.
Every year, we take them up to Top Golf, and it's all free for them and their parents. I mean, we provided...
That's exciting.
We provided...
I hear some of the best deals happen on golf courses.
Oh, yeah.
But that typically, we're not there.
I always tell my kids that if you love any sport, basketball, baseball, what have you, all the professionals want to come back to learn the game of golf. And then they want to come and develop a charitable foundation in their name playing golf. So if you learn the golf game now, you'll be ahead of the game when you become that professional.
How do I register for this course? Yeah, I take it you got girls and boys that participate.
Girls and boys, you can register at the same location, which is the Little England Cultural Center.
Okay.
3922. Registrations are taking place right now.
Okay.
You can fill out the application. We ask for parents to donate a registration fee of $30.
Okay.
And that covers that child for the whole entire session, which ranges from May, first Thursday, all the way to the end of July.
Is there a online registration by any chance?
No online registration just yet.
Okay. Is there a phone number?
Yes, there's a phone number. You can reach me directly at 757-472-8001. Or you can find us on Facebook at Frank Belton. Or you can find the Newtown Junior Golf Academy on Facebook as well.
Say the name once more of the academy.
Newtown Junior Golf Academy. And we actually play on the course at the Hamptons golf course every Thursday from 5 to 7:30. That's in Hampton off of Magruder Boulevard.
Perfect.
And so every Thursday we're up there. We have a great team of volunteers that help, that teach the game of golf, that knows the game. And we have professionals that help them to develop their game, because we're looking forward to the next Tiger Woods, the next Harold Varner. We're looking for that next person that wants to go. And we will help them in college and find a college that will give them scholarships. I happen to be familiar with a lot of the coaches from the HBC schools, and I have good contact there. So we're looking for that next person that wants to go on an educational scholarship, a golf scholarship, so that
That's
this
awesome.
way we can help provide them, because there's a lot of scholarship that go unanswered by us,
Right,
because we're
right.
not there to receive them.
Sure.
And it's only because we have not applied ourselves, or we have not gotten out there. And a lot of us want to go into basketball, baseball. My son was one who wanted to be a basketball player. However, he ended up getting a golf scholarship.
Wow.
Never
That's
knew
huge.
that. So
This is awesome information. I'm super excited. I'm definitely going to be sharing the information on my social media pages. I did not know that there was a golf program for little people in Hampton Roads. So this is great news. And thank you, too, for the first-time homeowner offering. I hope we can have you back on the show soon.
I hope so. I'll leave you with our
Okay,
press
perfect.
release. So this
I will
way
take
you
that.
can
Thank you so
possibly
much,
share it
Frank.
with your audience each and every day up until the 27th of April at 9 o'clock, 9:30 at the Little England Cultural Center at 3922
Kickatam
Road.
in Hampton. We
Yes.
got it. Thank you so much.
Breakfast will be served as well as lunch.
Oh, nice. Okay. Didn't know that. Got to include the food part.
Oh, yes.
Awesome. Well, we'll talk soon, Frank.
Thank you for having me, Blair. You take care and have a great day.
It's my pleasure. As we are wrapping up our Financial Literacy Month, we're going to be headed into the month of May, which many of you know is Mental Health Month. We're super excited that Milestone Mental Health Agency will sponsor the show for the month of May. And we're also excited that we'll feature a special brunch and learn for entrepreneurs that focuses on mental health. This is an extremely important area for us. Many of us are first generation entrepreneurs. Even if we have a history of entrepreneurship, we're a lot of times under the gun. We're trying to meet the demands of family. We're trying to run a successful business. And we do find ourselves dealing with anxiety, frustration, depression, etc. So we want to be in a position to provide you some resources to help you to, first of all, kind of self-evaluate, and then to be able to develop some community, and then kind of be able to resolve those issues as well. So our May Brunch and Learn, which will be happening at the Cutlass Grill in Chesapeake, is one, again, that will focus on mental health. I would invite you to get your ticket early. These events have sold out every month this year. MH, as in mental health, brunch and learn.eventbrite.com. That's MH, as in mental health, mhbrunchandlearn.eventbrite.com. We certainly hope to see you there. And our final guest for today is Mr. Christopher Harrison. Christopher is the founder and CEO of Family Springs Natural Artesian Alkaline Water. Family Springs delivers natural, organic, alkaline-sourced bottled drinking water to health-conscious homes and businesses. Christopher Harrison's goal is to use the Family Springs brand to educate others on the importance of drinking water and how he leveraged a natural resource to achieve financial success. Welcome, Chris.
Hey, how you doing, Blair?
I'm doing well. I'm super excited to have you today.
I'm super excited to be here.
I know you have some great things going on within Family Springs. You got to share with us some of the things that you all are doing.
Absolutely. So, with something in the water quickly arising on us this weekend,
Yes.
I figured now would be a prime opportunity to actually get out there and basically inform some of the people about the importance of water, and also with representing leaders of the New School, which is a collaboration that we're working with local T-shirt business owners to basically combine our efforts and try to educate some of our kids that are be coming down here this weekend, and understanding that they have certain expectations of us.
Sure.
And we want to actually kind of try to change that with the branding of our T-shirts.
Say more about that.
Right. So,
First of all, kudos on leveraging something in the water. I've been encouraging everybody I've run into, find a way to take advantage of this market. So I love that. I mean, obviously, it's a great fit. You got a water product, so something in the water. But say more about that expectation. What do you think?
So the expectation is that we're going to have young Black African American children come down here and basically terrorize Virginia Beach. And we don't really want that to happen down here, understanding that us as business owners collectively, we have a stake and claim in this area as well.
Absolutely.
And we want to make sure that everything goes well and according to how you actually think of things. Sometimes they actually bring them into fruition. So we want to be able to change the narrative and understand that what we put on a shirt and brand it sometimes actually can, take place. And I learned that a lot from Dr. Emoto and water and the structure of water. And that basically what you say and speak to water, it can change the crystallization structure of the water. And, it's kind of the same sense of, being sprinkled with holy water, being baptized. Water has a lot of power, and our bodies are made up of water. So because we are water, our bodies is made up of 70%. Our brain is 85% water.
Wow.
So a lot that what we say and do and the power of our words actually affects each other. So we want to basically change that narrative positively by positively thinking.
I love it. If you've just tuned in, this is Blair Durham with Black Wall Street Today. We are talking with Christopher Harrison. He is the founder of Family Springs Natural Artesian Alkaline Water. So this is a local source for alkaline water, bottled water. So again, welcome and thanks for being here. I love what you just said. I'm going to have you break that down even further though, because not everybody's familiar with Dr. Moto and the piece about how it is that water actually translates what it is that we say to it. Say more.
Okay, absolutely. So this is one of the things that actually sparked my desire for water and to getting into the business and understanding that the research that he did, and you can very well look it up on YouTube, when you say hurtful things, it changes the content of the water and the structure of it. And
this is so cool. I've actually seen pictures of this.
Oh man, yeah,
it's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable,
right?
And it's funny actually because I always when I do talk to people about it, I don't know how many people actually remember Ghostbusters and in the movie Ghostbusters with when they had the ooze and it had the toaster the toaster popping around with the ooze and so forth.
Vaguely remember.
Right, but
it's coming back.
It's coming back, right? So, but the ooze had people feeling a certain type of way. Based on the reaction, had New York City in an uproar based off of the ooze and the music, right? And the music content. So this is one of the things that music affects us, how we listen to it, because it affects how we feeling at the time.
True.
Well, if you substitute that ooze and put water in its place,
right,
you basically have the same concept. So they, swap the ooze out, swap the water out and put ooze in its place. So when I seen the videos of Dr. Emoto talking about how music, and while we play classical music and those types of things when the baby is in the womb and how it affects us, you have to think the vibrations travel through water, and that's energy. And those things, those brain waves that actually create, help the baby to become, instrumental in the creation of the baby in a sense, So those vibrations are very important.
I like what I'm hearing. You're saying much more than, we need to drink 64 ounces of water a day. And I'm not discouraging that, right? Certainly we need to drink plenty of water. But what you're talking about seems even more fundamental in terms of our inner health.
It's so major because, we have to look at things from a cellular level, and we don't really get down to that. And understanding that cells, we are naturally cells, and we're made up of cells, 50 trillion cells. And those cells have organs, have organelles. So we have organs, and the cells have organelles. And, the importance of water actually going in there and to flush out those cells and those toxins, we need that to get out our system, because our blood is regulated, off of the content of water, and the pH levels of water. So, a lot of those things, it really affects how we look at everything on the outside. It affects us inside, and vice versa. So, in order to really know who we are, we have to really know who we are as on a cellular level, and it makes
That's
sense.
some deep stuff. I know that when we've had you, and we've been fortunate to have you come to Booker T and other places to really talk to the young people about water. How are they receiving what it is that you're sharing? I mean, I know that's a great passion of yours, is sharing with the youth.
Yes, and that most certainly is, because one of the things that I do enjoy working with the kids about is their expression. Of, oh man, you own a water company. How did you do that? Where does that come from? Oh man, you're African American and you have your own water company. So that's one aspect. And then when they actually try the water, it's like, oh my gosh, it's a difference. And I remember how hard it was to drink water and have other people drink water as kids. All we wanted was Kool-Aid.
Right.
That's all we wanted. But now,
big facts.
Kids are really, I get a lot of people that actually come and say, we really love the water. My daughter loves the water. My son loves the water. That's all they talk about. Family springs, and I'm like,
why do you think that is? Like, what do you attribute that to? I mean, I'm having a bottle of Family Springs water as we speak, and clearly, I mean, the taste is superior. But what do you attribute the taste to?
Well, I contribute to it picking up to our natural desire for natural water, right? So if you put water from the sink in a dog bowl, and then you give your dog some spring water, it's going to naturally really go to the spring water. Understanding that animals know the difference of gases and chlorine and so forth that is in the water.
Wow.
Right? So if you notice, sometimes if you give your animal water from the faucet, they'll wait a while before they even drink it. They don't normally drink it right away because they let the gases and chemicals kind of evaporate.
That's
so,
interesting.
You have to think about it on that level. Like, all water is not the same. If it was the same, then it would be all priced the same, and be comparative on that level. But
can I ask you this question? This is purely your opinion. When you think about how our water that comes from tap is chemicalized, do you think, I know, shakes his head, does the water, thinking about how it has to travel to get to us, does it need to be cleaned and refined in that way? Or, okay.
It's so deep.
Would it even be possible, I guess is really my question, would it be possible for us to get natural artesian alkaline water coming out of our faucets based on the way the systems are set up?
Absolutely.
It's not even possible.
It's not even possible because and this is how we get minerally deprived, because our source of water comes from a reservoir. That reservoir is lined up with concrete, so that's not even touching the soil and the rocks and embedded from getting the minerals from the earth naturally. So as it goes through there, it has to be, clean. You have to think, the Lord blessed us with the same amount of water since the beginning of time. There's no extra water coming into this planet.
I'd tell my daughter wrote a song about that.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, man, I would love to hear that. Oh, my God.
We still sing it to this day. She wrote it. She's 6th grade now. She wrote it in 4th grade. Yeah, but anyway, there's no new water. That's the theme of the song.
And it's the same, your body has a self, I can't even think of the word, but it retains water. It wants to retain water, right, and not let it go. So understanding the same thing with this earth, as it continues to go through its cycle of life, that water that hits the soil, it gets evaporated, and there's a natural process that happens through the earth. You know what I mean? And now we remove that, and then, through our pharmaceuticals that we put down the drain, the drugs, a lot of the drugs and so forth that goes, and that water has to be purified, clean, or whatever, and then it goes back through through that system. So that's why it has to be clean. That's why they're putting that, because it has to remove, but it doesn't remove all those toxins. And from a chemical aspect, it's the same thing as your fish tank. You have to look at your cells, and the fish being your cells, and then fish eat and desiccate in that water, right? Which then change that water to be an acidic and toxic environment, which fish should die in.
Actually, really quickly, if you just tuned in, Blair Durham with Black Wall Street today, talking with Chris Harrison about water. He has a water company, natural artesian alkaline water. The name of his company is Family Springs. I got to share this with you, Chris.
Okay, it's easy though.
My son, he's 17 months old, right? He will no longer allow his teeth to be brushed with water that comes out of the sink.
Oh, it's powerful. It's powerful. And how old is he, you said?
17 months. He like, nah. So I had to keep distilled or some other water in the bathroom for him in order for him to brush his teeth.
That's conscious.
At first I thought, okay, maybe I'm brushing too tough, his gums might be sensitive. I was like, nah, it's the water. It's crazy.
Well, water has a consciousness. So, that's how it spreads. These are things that we're starting to learn.
Our producer's nodding his head like, this guy's on it.
Appreciate it. But, water has a consciousness, as God moved through the face of the earth, the first piece was water, before he separated the heavens and the earth. So you have to think, how does the spirit of consciousness, gets around to everybody? And how do you evolve as a person, as people? That knowledge spreads through water, so.
Too deep. Too deep. Well, let the listeners know how they can get some of this water. How can they reach you? I know you do deliveries. Yes. I know you partner with some other companies. How can they get a hold of you?
Right. So, I actually holding on to a special just for this occasion for coming on up here.
Nice.
That's
how we do it.
I'm doing a 50% off. But I do need you to contact me via email at info@familysprings.com. And like I said,
I'm writing that down. 50% off.
Right, 50% off. info@familysprings.com. And, just, put in there WHOV 88.1, and I'll provide you with the code. Basically, I would like to give it out on air, but I might not be able to support as many people that might put it out there that way. So,
Gotcha.
But, just send the email. I'll give you, provide you with the code.
Okay, info@familysprings.com.
Right.
You definitely want to try this water. It's going to bless your life. I'm excited. We've got just a few minutes remaining in episode 31. We are finishing up with Mr. Chris Harrison, Waterman. Some exciting stuff. No, this is great to think about. What closing words would you leave us with?
The importance of water, of when you drink it, has a lot to do with your lifestyle.
So do you recommend first thing in the morning?
Absolutely. First thing in the morning, because your body is basically needing to be replenished from all the minerals. That's why your urine is more concentrated when you first get up in the morning. Mm-hmm. So because that's a lot of minerals that is from working overnight, and your cells has to, push that. So basically it's like the janitor coming in while your body, everybody's closed down shop, and pushing that to the garbage, and then
makes sense.
Right.
I learned a lot from my 17-month-old. So he's breastfed. So he wakes up, he has his milk, and then he immediately looks over to see if I have water on the nightstand. He points to it.
And that's so major too. It's so major.
He drinks.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, are babies supposed to drink this much? I mean, he could easily in a day get through a full,
Right.
But anyway, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Are you one that recommends room temperature water? I see you carry room temperature water.
Yeah.
I know I'm a fan of room temperature water.
I am too.
What's the benefit?
As far as the benefit, for me, I enjoy room temperature water because I don't need to chill, and my body is basically at 98.6, so I don't need to constantly shock it with cold water. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of where my intake is.
I have heard that. I've also heard that, and I'm just sharing. You help me out. I've heard that the body can't do anything with it until it's room temperature anyway.
Right. So
It's kind of like, okay, well, you can put that in, but really, I still gotta
it's one of
bring
those
it up
things
to
where,
temperature.
I hear people say about coconut oil too. It's like, oh, well, coconut oil clogs your pores and so forth. And I'm like, well, you have to think your body is constantly burning and metabolizing. So, like, it's not going to get to a level where it's going to get cold enough to, become a solid.
Right,
in a
right.
sense. So,
Interesting.
It's certain things that, our body's chemistry. It's all chemistry. So, medical physicians actually look at it that way, and they try to fix a problem physically, and mechanically, and by giving us medications and so forth, where, there's a whole nother aspect to that
Sure.
they have not even put into the equation.
Yeah, they actually limit some folks' water intake. They tell them, hey, you can only have a certain number of cc's a day. And
Which
it's
makes
like,
absolutely no sense because water dilutes any acid that's man-made on the face of the earth. So you need that. I mean, it's a dilute.
when else should we be drinking water? First thing in the morning. Room temperature. When else should we be drinking?
Prior to you eat, so at least 30 to 45 minutes before you eat and after
the
you
meal.
eat. Yeah,
Okay.
and after you eat, because understanding that your digestion starts in your mouth, so your amylase, which is your saliva, is a breakdown for carbohydrates. So if you start affecting that as soon as it hits your stomach, your stomach acid needs to be acidic to be able to break down the components of your food. So if you start messing with that at that point in time, you alter the chemical exchange before it even is intake through your
And that's what happens
intestines.
if you don't drink water first, you're saying.
Right, because understanding your blood is going to rush in there and everything is going to rush into that area and it's going to try to start breaking down your food. So that's where all the magic actually happens. Just like the seed in the soil. You know what I mean? You want to make sure that all that's broken down before it starts to release that energy.
Good stuff. Tell us one more time. Look, I'm getting a wrap-up cue.
Gotcha.
How can we get in contact with you if we want Family Springs water? Really quickly.
FamilySprings.com. Please go on there, fill out any information that and check out all our information on Family Springs. And please contact us at info@familysprings.com.
Perfect. This has been a blast, Chris. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Stay with us online at Black Wall Street Today on Facebook and Black Wall Street Today on Instagram. And then follow us on Twitter as well at BWS Today. We look forward to talking again next week. Have a wonderful week. I have said and I will continue to say that the most important priority for the Black community is the Black community, not a particular political party. Phenomenal.